Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, markets are dealing with conflicting signals this morning. This morning, Wall Street started in a full fear mode, down more than 1% in early trade and now down more than 0.6%. And this is despite some positive regional news. But jobless claims rose unexpectedly in the US. They have been high for a while and were expected to fall back by now, but they aren't. And gold is up, and a risk-off tone pervades markets. Overnight, European markets also fell sharply. And that was in contrast to Asian markets, which rose sharply yesterday, and both the ASX and NZX were up too. In Europe, confidence is still negative, but the latest consumer survey has it much less so. And airlines say they're expecting a 13% fall in passenger traffic in the Asia-Pacific region, but the bulk of that is said to be suffered by Chinese airlines. They're pleading with travellers outside China to carry on as normal. It seems unlikely, however, and they will get their first traffic drop in almost 17 years. The airline industry update didn't address cargo flows, and that is likely to be hit just as hard. However, the cutting of capacity has been so hard and so soon that factories that have restarted in China are facing sharply higher air freight costs. These factory restarts aren't universal, however, with the Hubei province not allowed to restart until March the 10th. To keep their economy functioning, Chinese companies are loading up on debt. Banks extended a record 3.34 trillion yuan in new loans in January, triple the December level and beating analysts' expectations. Their central bank also came through with another cut to their interest rate benchmarks. The US Treasury 10-year yield is sharply lower today and now at 1.51%, a 6 basis points fall since this time yesterday. And gold is still rising, up another $15 to $1,622 an ounce. US oil prices are up again today at just on $54 a barrel, and the Brent benchmark is unchanged at just on $59.50 a barrel. This may seem somewhat counterintuitive until you know that American petrol stocks were reported to be very low. The Kiwi dollar will start today lower at just on 63.4 US cents, which is another half-cent drop in a day when commodity currencies are out of favour. On the cross rates, we're firmer at 95.8 Aussie cents, and against the euro we're down to 58.7 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index is now at 69.6. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.